Start streaming. And we're already dropping frames from the get-go. Hey, there's some stuff. Edit. How do you want to go live? Streaming software, visibility. Let's go private on this one. Restrictions none, gaming, game title, thumbnail, playlist. No, it's not made for kids. Interesting. Automatic chapters, automatic places. Tags, stream language. Save. So it's looking like it's running live. I want to go over here just to check. Right, if I go over here and I go to my channel, live. Man, it still has that, huh? There is the live. Edit. Maybe I'll go and make it public. Public. And that way I should be able to go to the live. Oh, here we go. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty. Bitrate set at 10K. And the drop frames are only 381. That's wild. So I want to get some movement in here. It looks good on this end. There is that. There's definitely some delay there. Most certainly some delay. Interesting that it doesn't look quite as good movement-wise. Interesting. Why is it looking not quite so? Because it's auto 1080. But it definitely looks more blurry on the stream end of things, which is curious. Stats for nerds. Zero drop frames. We are looking at VP9. Is that why it looks more blurry? Is because it's coming through in VP9? Why is it VP9? That's interesting. I can definitely see a loss of quality here. If I sit here and I run around, I take a look at the bright sides, look at the sky, the details on the shield. I mean, I realize it's not like absolutely perfect graphics, but like I am definitely seeing some loss of quality. Wild. Wild, I say. Curious, curious, curious. So I'm going to... I am going to then... Live streaming, I can see connection there. I'm going to see what all this looks like. I'm wondering if it's a server problem to Twitch. No, wait. Of course, right as I say that, we start dropping some frames. So we're gonna do a test stream here for a while, and then I guess see how many frames we drop by the end of it. Where are we gonna go? I don't know. We're gonna run around. We're gonna see stuff. We're gonna just explore and see how many frames we drop, I guess. And we're gonna come over here and attack some bokoblins. Because that sounds like a good idea. Gotta try harder. Get whacked. I am going to pick up pieces of your friend. It didn't work well for you, did it? There we go. That's what we were going for. What happened? Because there were 3 of you, right? The other one of you got mobbed. That's right. That's how we do it. Get some 1200 kilobits per second. That's one of the wild things about this internet is it's like you can have like 20 some 30 some. I've seen as high as like, and I don't know if that was just from peak burst or something probably, but I've seen like around 50 for the upload speed, and then I've also seen it like below 1 megabit per second. So the speed definitely gets up to some really good speeds, and if it's videos, then it's no biggie, because a varying amount of speed just, it's not a big deal. But streaming is where it becomes an issue, because you can have like a great, nice, good bit rate, and then it drops off, and then, you know, it's not so great. So we're at 1260, 1283. I see the bar going yellow, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if we start getting some more drop frames here. Granted, we are running at, well, we have it set at 10,000 kilobits per second for the video part, and we're climbing again. And then like 160 for audio. So 93, 10, 6, 93, 98, 95. What gets me is the very visual loss in quality, and I don't usually see that in my Twitch streams. At least if it does, it's not like some big noticeable thing. But even like I have the highest bitrate running here that I think I have ever run in as far as my usual amount, and it's very clear to see the difference in quality, like the drop in quality. Look at all of these. Oh, those are birds. I was gonna be like, look at all these frogs. Only to find out, in fact, that they were not frogs. So 15:59. We've been streaming for 10 minutes 41 seconds. 15:95. And I'm not looking to get a whole lot done in game for this stream. This is mostly testing settings, right? I want to get this stuff figured out. I want to have my stream be like, you know, really nice. Oh no, what happened to your friend? I like how they're just like, dang, something got Carl. Oh well, anyway, back to the party. Back to the party hardy. He's looking over this way. So is that guy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this sneak attack. I can definitely try. But I wouldn't be at all surprised if it ain't happening. Yeah, that's right. You go do your... I don't think he expected that. He might have expected a lot of things, but I don't think he expected that. Oh, close but no cigar. Oh, you broke my bokoblin hammer. Or Horoblin hammer, I guess it was. What else should we pull out? I'm gonna have to probably use some of my good stuff. Look who thinks... I can do this. It's probably gonna come back and bite me. I guess it did not come back and bite me. Let's go. That didn't work for you, did it? And here we go. Alright, y'all need to stop breaking my good weapons. I have too few of them. Y'all getting lizzled. Not happening, friend. Alright, I'm going to... That is not the run button. Can I mean, I see you coming after me. You realize it ain't happening. My turn. Oh, that didn't work out for you well. 4184. 4240. If nothing else, this test stream is showing me that my internet cannot reliably handle 10K for a setting. Can't carry any more meals? What meals do I have that are plugging up space? Oh yeah, those. Oh, I forgot about those. And I got a bunch of those, but those are arguably better. That's too bad. I wanted those. And I can't pick that up either. No! 47. Let's go. One single individual arrow. Oh, but I wanted it. Alright, so I'm going to do what's called a pro gamer move. I'm going to just try adjusting some things here a little bit, a little at a time, and just see what happens. So first thing I'm going to do is go to settings and adjust my bitrate from 10,000 to 8,000. Apply. 18,000, 14,000 kilobits. It's amazing what it goes through to try and catch up. It'll be like, we can't support 10K, we're down to like 4,000, but we can try and catch up with 14. And it's like, that's really cool that you can try and do that, but it still causes drop frames. So we're going to see here how this recovers. We're at 5908. Now we have it set at a lower bit rate, and it's kind of different here because we're streaming to YouTube also, whereas we usually stream to Twitch. 5908 is we're holding there for drop frames. We're going to see if it goes up from there. I'm guessing it will, because I think it's still going to dip occasionally below 8,000 kilobits per second. But we're seeing, right? We're taking a look here. We are learning things. That is the point of all this, is to learn. Sauteed spiced peppers. Energizing elixir. That's always useful to have one or two of them. Their special meals. Hearty fish pie. Various things that I cooked at the last blood moon. I wish I could pick those up, but anyway. 5908, so still holding at 5908. Have it set to 8,000 kilobits per second. I do want to try HEVC and AV1. Maybe I'll just skip to AV1, right? I wonder what AV1 and 4,000 would look like for bit rate. Because if I could do that, I wonder, like, can I, I've been looking at different ways where I can get a good quality stream to Twitch, right? Twitch is usually the platform that I stream on. And it's not that I don't like YouTube, it just seems harder to find the stream, and like you get less people just coming by to interact, right? Thanks, Toon. You're a real trooper. Don't know how I would function without you. Anyway. Give me that apple. What do we have here? Remnants of an old shack. That was not exactly what I was going for, but anyway. So we are dropping frames here. I figured that we would be. I am not at all surprised that we're dropping frames with it set at 8K, just because I've had drop frames with it set at 6K, and so if it can't handle the lower one, it's probably not going to be able to handle the higher one. What do we have cool Safina here for? Safina? 6530 is our drop frame count. These ones are always tricky. I guess that one wasn't too tricky. You dirty guy. Hiding in a spore or something. And there's Hyrule Castle over there in the background. 6530. We're still holding at 6530. Now, it was getting drop frames every so often when I was streaming to Twitch. And I'm not saying I'm going to stop streaming to Twitch. But we were getting drop frames every so often. I would definitely prefer not to have any drop frames. I'm sure any streamer who's looking to provide a good stream probably is looking to not have any drop frames. Unfortunately, I mean, I imagine even with a fiber optic connection, you're still going to have the occasional cutout of something. Either, you know, maybe your modem's down, your computer, your graphics card, right? You're going to have technical difficulties. I keep trying to sit there and go climb on things, and then I forget, because I've been playing another game for so long. I forget that you slide here if it's raining and you're trying to climb something. So, anyway, we are... How far are we in? 20 minutes, 20 and a half minutes, and we're at 65:30. Granted, we did have 70.5. That can't be 17.5% of the whole stream. I don't know if it's like, what's the percentage of, like, is it just a predetermined threshold or something? 17.3. I might want to look that up to see what that percentage corresponds to. Anyway, we're holding at 8,000 right now. It seems to be doing decently enough. 65:30. And of course, like right around the time I say that, I see the meter kind of dip down a little bit. What is that? Oh. 6604, so dropping a few more frames. Caca, caca. Rewind. Here we go. 6645. Will we reach some impressive new height, or will we just float into the sky at some point? There is a sky island. A skyland. West Necluda. Sky Archipelago. Archipelago. Will I be able to climb this or ascend? I can probably ascend if I can get just to this lower part, which will work. 66 or 6692. So we're still losing the occasional frames every now and then. I'm not terribly worried about it. This is a test stream, and I'm uploading at 8 megabits per second. No, I want to ascend. There we go. Attaboy, Link. Now, another important distinction is that I am currently streaming at off-peak hours. At least I would think it'd be off-peak hours. There are, I'm sure, still lots of people still awake at this time, in this time zone. I can't be the only night owl, but I'm definitely not, it's not like the just getting home from work crowd. I've already been here. No huge surprise there. Ascending right through the 6692. Let me take a... Ooh, look at that. A hearty radish. My dear, you look radishing today. Let me... Oh, 6618. Of course, this is going to be impacting the stream. And the video content didn't, like, the... I noticed there's a noticeable degradation of video quality between the stream as I'm seeing it on OBS, or the video feed as I'm seeing it on OBS, and the stream as I was watching it on YouTube, which I'm not sure if that's because it's being transcoded. I'm not sure if it's just, I'm not sure what the case is, but there was noticeable degradation. So I wonder if I can stream on HEVC or AV1, can I get a significantly better stream quality? And can I run it at a low enough bit rate that it's not going to cut out? If I can run 1080 30, like 1080 60, I think would probably be the max I'm reasonably going to run for the time being. If I get big demand for people like, hey, I'd really like to watch your stream at 1440 or 4K, well, then that's something that could potentially be arranged at a later date. Is there a Korok hiding under this? Apparently there was not a Korok hiding under that. Color me just slightly surprised. 6846. Stem bulb. So if I cut over here and look back at the live stream, and we are definitely behind, and what are you doing? Let me reload this. Oh, definite video degradation. Definite video degradation. Now, I did turn off the low latency selections because they ask like whether you want low latency, medium, or like ultra low latency, or regular latency. Oh my gosh, definite video degradation. Which is interesting because on Twitch, I just don't see that degradation, but I'm wondering if it's the VP9, like the transcoding to VP9 that's causing it, because it looks worse than a 720p stream on Twitch. Worse. Definitely worse. Curious. Very, very curious. Why would they transcode it to VP9? Why not AV1? Maybe VP9 is just easier to transcode to. And the bit rate that they're showing for the download bit rate, well, that's connection speed. So that's never mind, that's connection speed. Why VP9 though? Interesting, to say the least. So I'm going to change a couple settings. I think I'm going to go 6K for the bit rate, and I'm going to change to AV1. I'm just going to see what happens. That sounds like a plan to me. So I can close that out. Head over to there. Excellent connection is what it says. What is this? Oh, that's going to be that. So I'm gonna switch over and make a couple alterations. This is testing. This is for fun, so why not? Okay, for our bit rate, we go over to here. Let's take a look-see. So looking at the AV1 stats for nerds, we're still looking at VP9. I don't know why they would have VP9. So now I'm going to run around. I can still hear myself, so obviously the audio is getting through. So it looks pretty clear. Now, as granted, I'm watching on my TV, which is an OLED. So, I mean, it's going to look better on that screen. It still looks a little fuzzy here, but I think it looks better than previous. Or at least around the same. It might just be one of those, hey, it's only going to get so good. So if I go over here, drop frame 0 on OBS's end. So I'm going to pause that there. Live streaming. How are we looking there? Oh, I could just watch the video on that. Stats for nerds. Codex VP9. So it's transcoding into VP9 live. I don't know why. Again, I really don't. Why of all codecs would you choose VP9? Interesting. 2 views. Average view. Oh, that's because it's probably me. It's probably me. Now this is super fuzzy. Why so fuzzy? I'm definitely seeing... Man, that's a big delay. Big Herkimerkin delay. It's definitely it's a doable look to it though. I can see the words, I can see the letters. So if I switch over to there, let me check OBS. 0 drop frames as of yet. That's encouraging. Definitely encouraging. Curiouser and curiouser. So I'm going to... Let me try